I started coining my own vocabulary, and the techniques I use are, I call reversing the gaze, which means I look at them from our drishti, from our point of view, I reverse the gaze. And I've written 4 books. The first book was Invading the Sacred, which talks about how the West has distorted Hinduism, deities, symbols, rituals, philosophies, family life, all kinds of things. And that has become a huge movement. Now a lot of people are taking that knowledge and developing new ideas of their own. And then the next one was Breaking India, which I have here a copy, because I'm waiting for Udit Raj, since I name him here. The Breaking India is a study on how funding sources and ideological sources in the West, USA and Europe, those places, have co-opted and appropriated a lot of NGOs and a lot of minority groups, groups that are supposed to be championing some causes, but their actually loyalty is somewhere else. The leaders are appointed by someone else. Much of their money comes, certainly the ideology comes from there. A lot of legitimacy and the glamour of sending them on tours and trips comes from there. So these I call the Breaking India forces. And these Breaking India forces are a kind of result of a colonized mind, because you do not find Breaking India forces or Breaking China forces within China. You don't find Breaking Japan forces, and you don't find Breaking Russia forces. These kind of countries don't put up with this nonsense. But India is a very soft target. It's very difficult to even get 3 or 4 sentences in a row out in a show like NDTV or in most of the forums without all kind of people jumping on you. It's very difficult to talk about it even in India. It's easier to talk about these things in the US. I find that more people are interested in hearing about all this. So the literary festivals also. I was at the Jaipur Literary Festival this time. A lot of colonial mindset in the type of topics, the type of voices. And you can't, I used to think that the problem lies with some small group of people and you get rid of them. It's not true. The problem is very widespread. It's in the media, it's in government policy, think tanks, NGOs, academics. And it's also in the public. It seems that the public has also bought off into this, that this is best for us. So fighting it is not an easy thing to do. There's a premium on English language. So I had to get a chartered accountant because some family thing had to be done. And when I asked, I told them very clearly that जो हिंदी में बोलता है वो हमको दीजिए, because it will cost 1/3 as much, and that is true. And even they told me that ठीक है, जो polished English speaking sophisticated होगा, he'll do the same thing, he'll charge you 3 times. This is true of lawyer also. Somebody recommended me a very high class lawyer, some ordinary property transaction thing. And then my cousin says कि ये तो बहुत ही महंगा है, I'll get you my lawyer. And he was basically chewing pan and having his smoking and telling you how. Very smart guy, very, very intelligent fellow, down to earth. And for a fraction of that, he got these things done. So I think India में complex है. And therefore, everybody wants to anglicize because the market value will go up. Whether it's job, whether it's matrimonial or whatever it is, market value will go up. So it could be that if China rises, then in 15-20 years, everybody want to learn Mandarin. And then Indians will get plastic surgery to have Chinese eyes. Instead of whiteness cream, it'll be, ad will say, Oriental eyes, Mandarin speaking girl looking for something like that. So we are really kind of filled with inferiority complex. I mean, it's very strange that we're not able to project who we are in a positive sense.